Hello, dear ones. Father Peter John coming to you from All Saints Orthodox Church in Bloomington, Indiana. Christ is in our midst. We've all heard horror stories about roommates. They were messy, or they left food out and ants came and cockroaches, or, they had their creepy friend over and whatever. But this story is more serious and perhaps more frightening than that one. This is the story of St. Laurence of the Kiev Caves. I'm not going to tell his whole life. I really want to focus just on one period of his life. He went to the Kiev Caves to become a monastic, to live a life of solitude and prayer. He loved solitude. His desire was to be alone. He wanted to be a recluse. He aspired to become a hermit. And so there he is, and he's living and he's praying in the Kiev Caves. And 10 men from Kiev came, bringing with them a demon-possessed man, a demoniac. So they brought them to St. Laurence, and they asked him to cast the demon out. Well, St. Laurence prayed and prayed and prayed, and he could not cast out the demon. Furthermore, the 10 men who were restraining the demoniac couldn't hold on to him. That's how strong he was under the influence of this demonic power. They couldn't hold on to him. And so St. Laurence, while he was not granted the grace for some reason to cast out that demon, he was granted the strength, the grace by God, to be able to restrain the demoniac by himself. So he did this. He restrained the demoniac, and he bound his hands and his feet and sat him down in the corner of the cave, and he told the 10 men, "God bless you, go with God's blessings." And so they left. Well, so the 10 men, of course, are very relieved. St. Laurence now, though, has a new roommate, a demon-possessed roommate. It seems that, according to his life story, that St. Laurence kept this demoniac with him, it says, for quite a long time. Now, I don't know what that is, because if you think about it, living with a demoniac, a long time could be 10 minutes, right? I don't think it was 10 minutes. A long time could be a week and a half, or a long time could be a couple of years. I don't know. Or more, perhaps, who knows? God knows. But the hagiographer telling the story says a long time. Well, St. Laurence is praying about this day in and day out. He's praying, "What, Lord, grant me the strength. What should I do with this demoniac? Who can help him?" And eventually what happened was this. Through St. Lawrence's prayers and the grace of God, the demoniac began speaking names. And he spoke 30 names over and over again. And St. Laurence said, "Who are these men?" And he said, "These are the men at such and such a monastery who can cast the demon out of me." So St. Laurence said, "We're going on a road trip." So they got up and they went. And then while they're journeying to this monastery, it's not really clear who had a vision. One or both of them had a vision of these 30 monks praying. And as they're interceding, the Theotokos comes in this vision, and she herself, on the road to the monastery, casts out the demon. So the demoniac goes free, glory to God. St. Laurence goes back to the Kiev Caves. He asks to be granted to become a hermit, and the fathers of the Kiev Caves refused. They said, "No, you may not become a hermit," right? That's something that very few people do, because we need community. We need that sense of obedience and accountability, is the word I'm looking for. So he went to a different monastery in the Kiev Caves, and he became reclusive, but he had to live there in a cell. He was granted the gift of healing. And so now this monk, who loved solitude, who loved being reclusive, who wanted to be a hermit, he wanted to be alone. First he has a demonic roommate, and now he has lines of people coming to him seeking healing. See, he had his desires in his heart, but he also was obedient to the will of God. And when God sent people to him, he denied his own desire. He took up his cross and he followed Christ, in this case now by healing those who came to him seeking healing. St. Laurence of the Kiev Caves, spectacular story. May he pray unto God for us. Christ is in our midst. He is and ever shall be.